specialty shops.
So he's a cigar guy.
Yeah.
So would this affect a lot of people? No.
No, because it's small. And his retail sale that you can't do cigars within our
All he's got to do is fly all the airplanes away and
now it could be made to affect him.
And what about elevate the museum down there? You gotta go to Justin Owen's place? Hey, Carl. Well, hey, Carl. I'm good, man. How you doing, man? Wow.
I don't think they were in the specialty shop.
You're super. So, man, you don't have to tell us how. We appreciate that. We appreciate that.
25 seconds. We got to do ordinance.
what is that?
20 seconds and then your name and address.
Yeah.
I love this freedom of you.
Yeah. Switch. Thank you.
Well, you know, originally we were going on her birthday. And then I got moved. We moved. This is our favorite. And we have 3 huge houses. I mean, days and stuff. I think right now we have like 18 or 19 beds. You know, we have like 40 people.
That's it's really, Madeline's company just sold, and that's what I told her. It's like, look, all you can control is
I've got 15
show
snow.
up, do a good job, make yourself valuable, have a good attitude, and
Wednesday to Sunday, but I'm staying at the Monday. There's a group of us going to stay. It's the AFC Championship. We're just going to stay in Bozeman and watch
skill
football.
set. In a very
Right.
so
Then come home.
you can either way, but still, like you said, you'd like this thing to keep on going, right?
Oh, for you, you just let me know when you decide.
I'm going to do the pledge. We got about 15 seconds.
Yeah? Yeah?
Oh, that's for your microphone.
15 seconds.
Everybody, make sure your microphones are on, please.
I'm going to make sure my microphone's on. How did it get over here?
Don't jump, Julia.
Yeah.
Good evening. I'll call this meeting of the Cartersville City Council to order. If you'll please stand for our invocation and pledge.
Please join me as we pray. Our dear gracious Heavenly Father, we thank you for this day. We thank you for the blessings you've given to us. Thank you for the opportunity to serve this great city. Thank you for the time that we can come together. As we look forward to Thanksgiving, we come with with gratitude and hearts of thanksgiving for what you've done for us. We ask that you would, in this time of Thanksgiving, that we would give of ourselves, give of our talents, give of our finances to those who may be less fortunate. So we thank you for where we're at today in this great city and the compassion and giving that we experience here. May we continue to do that and make that a priority and a value in our lives. Go before us now tonight, and we give you thanks and praise for all that will be done. And it's in your holy name we pray. Amen.
Please join me in the pledge. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Let's drink the roll, please.
Harry Todd, Ward 1. Here. Jay Stepp, Ward 2.
Here.
Harry Rolfe, Ward 3.
Here.
Calvin Cooley, Ward 4.
Here.
Gary Fox, Ward 5. Oh, Alyssa Cordell, Ward 6. Here. Sorry, I just stuck. I'm sorry, I got stuck.
It happens.
I was waiting for Gary to say here.
I'm going to use my filter and not say anything. Julia, how about that? Our first order of business is the approval of our council meeting minutes from November the 6th. And I did not see any uncomfortable pauses in those minutes. So if there are any corrections, now would be the time to make them. If there's not, a motion would be in order.
Make a motion to approve the minutes.
Second. All in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Minutes are approved unanimously. Mr. Menino, get us started off this evening, if you would, please. We've got an amendment to the HPC appeals process.
Thank you, Mayor and Council. This is a second reading. This is a minor amendment to correct the typo. There have been no additions or changes since the first reading. We recommend approval.
Thank you. Any discussion on this item? If there's none, a motion's in order.
Motion to approve?
Second.
All in favor indicate by saying aye. Aye. Motion carries unanimously. We have a public hearing that Mr. Menino will now guide us through.
Yes, thank you again, Mayor and Council. This is our annual update to the capital improvements element and the corresponding community work program. It's a portion of the comprehensive plan. We have to amend it every year since we are an impact fee or community, even though we do not assess impact fees. With that, we have made the changes, made corrections from the previous year, and we'll be submitting it to the Northwest Georgia Regional Commission as well as Department of Community Affairs. And we do recommend your approval of the resolution to allow us to transmit the changes from the previous year.
Thank you. Any discussion? Thank you. I'll open up go ahead, I'm sorry.
I was going to say the standard thing until we do away with the impact fees. If you want to, then Randy will have to do this annual exercise.
We just have to do it every 5 years
Oh, every
at
5
that point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Our impact fees are at zero.
Zero.
Yeah, been that way.
Since 2008.
Yeah.
Some communities still have them, do they not?
Yeah, several communities still.
So, I mean,
assess it.
again, the reason why we've kept it around, in '08, when the economy got real bad, we felt that that was what was needed. And if we were to do away with it and have to crank it back up, it's a much more arduous process.
Yeah, there are a few hoops we would still have to go through, but we wouldn't have to jump through all the hoops because we still have the impact fee ordinance.
But
in
if
place.
we ever wanted to reinstitute them, we would just simply set a different number and go on from there. So, thank you. I guess I have
Thank
to, I'm going to open up a public hearing for the approval of the capital improvements elements and community work program. Anybody wishing to step forward, speak for or against may do so at this time. And seeing none, I'll close the public hearing for that. Now it takes council approval?
Approve to the submittal resolution so we can submit the data to the Department of Community Affairs.
Yeah, somebody want to do a motion for that?
Yeah, that's a good, that's my motion.
Okay. I got a motion and a second. All in favor indicate by saying aye. Aye. Motion carries unanimously. Thank you, Randy. And now we have a first reading for zoning and annexation AZ 25-03.
Yes, thank you again, Mayor and Council. Switch is proposing to add an additional 84 acres to their campus that's currently under construction for the data center that they were approved for. With that, we took this to Planning Commission. Planning Commission did hear this and did recommend approval of the annexation and the zoning of the 84 acres to the technology district.
Okay. Thank you. Any questions or discussion for Randy at this time?
I just wanted to reiterate that they did approve it subject to all the conditions that were imposed on the original switch track.
Okay. And then when we eventually get to that point, should council want to, that in whatever, not that we're doing that tonight, but
Right. It would
those
be your
conditions,
approval
we'd have to
for-
mention that those conditions are all in place and intact. Thank you for that. If there's nothing for Randy, I'll open up the zoning hearing for AZ 25-03. The applicant is here. Good evening to you, sir.
Yeah, hey, good evening, Mayor and Council. Carl Lugents, 114 Old Mill Road. I'm here on behalf of the applicant Switch. Switch you're very familiar with them. They've been around here for a while, and you don't really see them or hear them, but they have been here for a while doing some construction work on their site. They originally purchased just slightly under 2,000 acres of their campus. The campus it has a lot of challenges with terrain, but one of the things again that they liked about this site was it's hidden if you go back far enough into the land. So, but also with those benefits comes the challenges, and over time they have acquired other properties. Some of them range from just a few acres to this one that's ranging. The entire parcel of this one was closer to 140 acres. With that in mind, most all parcels that they have acquired before are really just for additional buffer and or tying in slopes or to not have to build a retaining wall. They would move further out. This particular piece of property was not slated to be purchased. The owner of the land actually approached them, and not because they were next to Switch or anything like that. They had other ideas and wanted to relocate their business to another location, and they were going to move to that other location. So Switch, they approached Switch, and Switch said, you know, hey, if we could use some of the land for a reason, then we'd be open to purchasing that. So what you see here is it also exemplifies Switch's commitment to keeping the Bates Road area looking as a rural estate area. As I mentioned, I'm going to go to the screen here. The entire property is about 140 acres, which it includes this area in green, which is the 84, 85 acres that is being requested to be annexed and rezoned. The other approximately 55 acres lies in this chunk here that is still in white in that front zone on Bates Road. That land is owned by Switch, but remaining in the county, remaining as rural estate. They want to keep that commitment to the feel of the Bates Road area. And then if you look on this green area, the only thing that they did identify one place, again, I'll walk up here, and very far into the campus that they could actually locate another facility, with all the remaining part of this green area being used as buffer. There's some ridges in there, and where this particular building would be placed, it's actually being placed in a low area, so again, it will be hidden and not visible to anybody else. So I'm here to request the annexation and zoning. I know this is not the final hearing, but I'm also here to answer any questions you may have of this application.
Thank you. Any questions for Mr. Lutjens? Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Appreciate that. And anybody else wishing to step forward and speak for or against AZ 25-03, the zoning portion of the application, may do so at this time. And seeing none, I'll close the zoning hearing for AZ 25-03 and open up a public hearing for the annexation portion of the request, noting that the applicant's comments in the previous hearing do carry over onto this one. Is there anybody that wishes to step forward and speak for or against the annexation portion of AZ 25-03? And seeing none, I'll close the annexation hearing for AZ 25-03. We'll have a second reading, public hearings, and a council decision at our meeting on December the 4th, which I'll remind everybody is a morning meeting, and that'll be 8 o'clock work session, 9 o'clock council meeting. So, thank you for that. And Ms. Drake, you have the next item.
Yes, sir. This is the certified election results. Norfolk County Board of Elections has provided us with those results from the November 4th election. Just recommend mayor and council to approve those results.
Thank you. I'm sure there's probably some that are opposed, but Chair will entertain a motion.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously. We continue on. Mr. Foy, you are up, sir.
Mayor and council. What we have is a agreement from Southeastern Engineering that we'd like to recommend for design services to get us started on a project that has a GDOT project index number. It's got that number because we applied for preliminary engineering grant money through the Transportation Alternatives Program grant. That's the same grant that helped us get Grassdale Road. So it's the same type thing we're trying to do with this. It's an 80-20 matching grant. This agreement from Southeastern Engineering is for $519,000, $519,130.91 for preliminary engineering. It's to help us get through the survey, some phase 1 environmental studies, and concept for this project. Like I said, this would The remaining 20%, which would be the local part, wouldn't be covered by the grant, be non-budget item, would be paid for by SPLOST. Public Works recommends approval of this agreement to keep this project moving forward.
Thank you. Any questions for Stephen?
I do want to thank Steve, because he's gone to bat against Southeastern to make sure they get the best price for us on this project. It's taken a little time, because I thought this was going to be a prior agenda, but he worked out the details and got a better rate for us, so thank you, Steve, for that hard work.
I saw the blood on his knuckles there. I don't know how he... I appreciate you fighting for those dollars and doing the best you can for the city. Chair will entertain a motion.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor indicate by saying aye. Aye. Motion carries unanimously. Next item, please, Stephen.
Yes, sir. This is also an agreement from Southeastern Engineering, but it's for another portion of Mission Road. It would be to continue the sidewalk from where it ends in front of Jackson Farms or Silo Point along Mission Road. It would go west over the CSX Railroad, so it'd be a railroad crossing, and then it would get you to the eastern edge of Nancy Creek, which we're kind of thinking of this as sort of phase 2 of Mission Road sidewalk. And this one would not be GDOT funded. It's shorter, so it's a good bit less. It's $117,000 even for preliminary engineering. This would actually get us, survey, jurisdictional waters, environmental screening, and plans, as well as miscellaneous services. Public Works recommends approval of this agreement. This is currently unbudgeted, would be covered by SPLOST.
Okay. Thank you. Any other questions for Stephen on this? If there are none, a motion's in order.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor indicate by saying aye. Aye. Motion carries unanimously. Thank you, sir. Mr. Pabst, good evening to you.
Mayor and Council, tonight we have 3 new program provider contracts. The first one is Integrated Therapy, returning to the Senior Aquatic Center. They will offer an aqua therapy class or aqua therapy sessions. The city will get $10 per session per person who is in that. Next up is Catherine Reed, independent contractor doing Zumba classes. The city would receive 30% of those, of the revenue off those classes. And then finally would be Ashley Bertain doing line dancing classes, also 30% to the city per class.
Thank you for that. Any questions for Eric on this? If there are none, a motion's in order.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor indicate by saying aye. Aye. Motion carries unanimously. Thank you, sir. Mr. Dixon.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. This is the renewal of our interruptible service contract with Beauflor USA. City manager and the city attorney both have reviewed this agreement, and the council's approval is recommended.
Okay. Thank you. Any questions? If not, a motion's in order.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously.
Thank you.
Thank you, Michael. Mr. Porta.
Yes, sir. The first one is firefighter cancer insurance policy renewal through Terry Watkins Insurance. Annual premium is $13,104. Recommend that for your approval.
Questions, comments, or motions?
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously. Continue on, please, Dan.
Yes, sir. The school superintendent would like to enter in a written agreement for our school resource officers. Of course, we're labeling this the law enforcement officer program because we are technically control those officers. They're just called SROs over there, but this is just basically MOU with the Cartersville school system. Chief McCann and Keith and I talked about this, recommend this for your approval.
Thank you. Questions, comments, or motions?
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously. Mr. Foy, you get to come back up. We've got a change order to the Storm Sewer Rehabilitation Improvement Project, change order number 2.
Yes, sir. Earlier this year, we enlisted Inliner Solutions to do cast-in-place coating on some storm sewers to increase the resiliency of these storm sewers. And we used some American Rescue Plan Act federal funds to help fund that. Along that same theme, we've got 267 feet of pipe. Some of it's 48-inch pipe, some of it's 42-inch pipe gets bigger to, 48-inch pipe going closer to the river. But we've had sinkholes in this area around the 400 block of Warford Drive, and we want to, ensure the resiliency of this pipe and prevent sinkholes from being created where water might leak out of the storm sewer pipe. So we're recommending this change order with Inliner because they've proven that they're capable of doing this. And anyways, the cost for this additional work on this 267 feet of pipe would be $107,845. And like I said, funding, this amendment will be paid out of the American Rescue Plan Act, ARPA funds. This is not a budgeted item, but it has been determined that these services would qualify for ARPA funding, as the city feels that this project would help our stormwater division manage, reduce, and recapture stormwater drainage that would result in reduced flooding at this location. Therefore, this project would meet the requirements for eligibility of ARPA funds to the city of Cartersville. Public Works recommends approval of this amendment.
Thank you.
Mayor, I would like to add that this funding is authorized through our ARPA and is compliant with our MOU and all federal regulations.
Thank you for that. Chair will entertain a motion.
May I ask a question?
Yes, you may.
Will this help Galloway of any of the issues that we had around there?
No, sir. It's just trying to prevent any maintenance issues in the future. It doesn't increase the capacity of the pipe.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you. Any other questions or discussion? If not, a motion.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously. Thank you. Mr. Forsyth.
Good evening, Mr. Mayor, Council. The first item is the project closeout for our high-pressure zone loop project that we've been working on for several years now. This is the final portion of that project. It actually ended up $23,725 over the contract price due to several conflicts, primarily storm drains. And
Wait for Stephen to leave the room to say that, huh? Gotcha.
He was heavily involved in this project. I recommend it for your approval.
All right. Thank you. Questions, comments, or motions?
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously. Continue on, please, Sydney.
Yes, sir. This is the annual request for a blanket purchase order for bulk chemicals for both the water treatment and wastewater treatment plants. We solicited bids from all vendors that we could, and we got back guaranteed pricing through October 31st, 2026. No significant price increases. There were actually a few decreases over last year. I recommend this for your approval.
Thank you. Questions, comments, or motions?
Make a motion to approve the purchase.
Second.
All in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously. Thank you, Sydney. More from you, Eric.
Hello again. So this is for the J.H. Morgan Gymnasium HVAC unit. The Etowah Area Housing Authority has gone out and found 4 bids to replace these units, which are in dire need of replacement. AirPro was their lowest bid at $30,400. They've requested the city pay half of this cost at $15,200 for this project. We do use this facility quite a bit throughout the year, extensively right now during basketball season. So any issues with the HVAC, which we have had in the past, will result in very cold days in that gym with all of our kids in there. So we recommend this for approval.
Thank you. Any discussion? If not, a motion's in order.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously.
Thank you very much.
again, Eric. Mr. Morgan.
Good evening, Mr. Mayor and Council. We're requesting approval to move forward with a roof replacement for 324 West Cherokee Street. It's currently leased to the Montessori School. The roof is in dire repair. We're asking to replace that with Bartow Roofing's quote in the amount of $16,407.86.
Thank you. Any discussion?
I do have a quick question.
Yes.
Do you know when their lease agreement ends?
We've got it rolling, but we can opt out over a 60-day. I think we have a 60-day opt-out. So because we changed it in, I think I did a new one in 21. We did that. So it is it's going to be a 5-year agreement through 26. But we can do a 60-day opt-out as with the build-in for that.
Any other discussion? If there's none, a motion's in order.
Motion to approve. Second.
All in favor indicate by saying aye. Aye. Motion carries unanimously.
Thank you.
Thank you, Freddie. Mr. Lovell, you have a submission by Mr. Archer.
Yes, Mayor, as part of the city's 175th anniversary recognition, we would like to add 10 people to the City of Cartersville Hall of Fame. All their information will be posted on the city website. It is recommended by staff for your approval. I would also recommend at this time that getting the plaques are estimated to cost between $10,000 and $12,000. So I would recommend, if council would at this time, to also, as part of the motion, approve a not to exceed amount of $15,000 for purchasing these.
Okay. Any questions or discussion? I think Ms. Silver also said that these inductees will be in our city newsletter for those that want to know. And so that being said, if there's no other discussion, Chair will entertain a motion.
Motion to approve.
And I'm going to assume that means to approve the inductees and the cost for the plaques.
Absolutely.
Thank you. Do I have a second to that motion?
Second.
Thank you. All in favor indicate by saying aye. Aye. And motion carries unanimously. Mr. Porta.
Yes, so there's a couple date changes requesting for next year that precede a holiday for us. So looking to change the April 2nd meeting to April 1st and July 2nd meeting to July 1st. Council wants to approve this date changes.
Thank you. Chair will entertain a motion.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Your motion carries unanimously. I cannot remember the last time we had a meeting where we did not at least add something. So that being said, we don't make Ms. DeSanto wait any longer. So good evening to you.
Good evening, Mayor and Council, and thank you for the opportunity to share some highlights from the September 2025 financial report. Total revenues for all funds through this period are just over $51 million, while total expenses through the same period are $52.3 million. Revenues less expenses equate to a total year-to-date net loss across all funds of $1.3 million, with a total unrestricted cash position across all funds through September 30th, 2025 of $124,778,789. A few highlights to include from our general fund is an operating net loss of $1.5 million. This is primarily due to capital expenditures for the purchases of 3 fire trucks, as well as the construction of the new recreation center. Property taxes were billed in October and are due in December, and we expect revenues to continue to pick up as these funds are received. Other revenues exceeding budget for the year include our local option sales tax, our insurance premium tax, as well as some recreational fees. The water fund is also currently operating at a net loss due to capital expenditures this fiscal year, totaling $4.6 million for the water treatment plant expansion project and an additional $4.5 million for the wastewater expansion project. Our gas, electric, solid waste, and fiber funds are all operating at a net profit with a healthy cash reserve balance, while our stormwater fund is operating at a slight net loss due to the purchase of a Peterbilt dump truck. Please let me know if you have any questions or need any additional information found from the financial report.
Thank you. Any questions for Diana on this? You got anything to add?
It's just, again, she mentioned the things that capital projects and the new fire trucks that actually will be at the December 4th meeting. Hagan will have those 3 here just so you guys see what the money was well spent on to replace with older equipment. As well as I mentioned earlier in the work session, the rec center has actually been moved up at this point in time to August 3rd completion date. And there's potential we may get into July 26th to get that building finished.
Well, good. And again, these projects are primarily being funded. I know the water projects are revenue bonds, but we're using land proceeds, land sale proceeds, and also operating revenues to fund these rather large projects. No, not doing it through taxes or bonding or anything like that. So anyway, I think that's a pretty good way to do it. So that being said, is there any other business that needs to come before council other than a happy Thanksgiving next week? City offices will be closed on Thursday and Friday. So if you have garbage service on Thursday or Friday, does that turkey and all that leftover stuff's gonna have to sit there till Monday. Just leave it out there by the curb. Our guys will get to it on Monday, if not then Tuesday. They'll be doing all the hard work to catch up so that they can have their time away on those days as well. So also note that Cartersville plays a high school football game tomorrow night in the second round of the state playoffs. And anybody that's around here ought to just head on out there and scream for them a little bit, maybe the last home game of the year. And also want to note from the high school system, the Cartersville competition cheer team won their second straight state championship last Friday as well. So we want to commend that as well. Anything else that needs to come before council tonight? There being none, chair will entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved. So Dan, I got this text. Just a young lady that used to babysit.